Hey y'all, happy Monday. Hope y'all have had a good week so far. So today we are gonna do something I think you guys will enjoy. It's kind of fun. Before we get there though, I want to go over a few kind of housekeeping things. If you are not aware, this is the last week of this grading period. So we have this week and then the grading period is over. So if you have any missing assignments that you haven't done yet, you have a week to get those in. On Friday night, that's it. So if you have not already turned in any missing assignments you may have, you need to get on top of it because you have a week. And then tomorrow we are going to start. Well, actually, it'll be later this week for you guys, and I'll explain what it is later this week. But I'm gonna give you a heads up. We're going to be watching a documentary about West Africa. It's kind of a long documentary. So I'm going to have you all watch it in sections, and I will explain how that works when we get there. But just keep in mind that is coming up. So when you see it, you do not have to watch the entire thing all at once. You will watch it over a couple of days, and then we will do something with it after we watch it. But I just want to give you all a heads up. As for today, we are going to be doing the West African reading destiny game. So you should see on the first page of the module, you should have seen West African Empires Reading has this link on it. If you click it, it should take you to something that looks like this. What I want you to do real quick is I want you to read through both pages. It's 2 pages. And it talks about West Africa. Some of the stuff we've talked about before. Some of this we have not. But I want you to go through and I want you to read these 2 pages. Now, once you get done reading those 2 pages, you will need a sheet of paper. Lined, unlined, doesn't matter. And you will need a number at 1 to 10. We're going to do kind of like a quiz game of sorts. And I will ask you a series of 10 questions. You can use the reading if you would like. So feel free to pause it at any point and go back and look for your answer. And then at the end, I will tell you the answers to these questions. And I want you to count up how many you got right out of 10. And then depending on how many you got right out of 10 will correspond to a destiny for you. Okay. And then after this, I've put up a discussion board where you can kind of post what your destiny was, so other people here in the class can see it if you would like. That is up there for you all. That will not be graded, but if you just want to see what other people got, it is up there for you all on the next page of this module. So with that being said, if you would pause the video and go through and read through the reading, and then when you are done, come back and we will go through the questions. All right, welcome back. So now that you have read the reading, make sure you have your paper numbered 1 to 10, and we will go through these questions. Question number 1, according to the reading, the Nile, Niger, and Senegal rivers provided water for crops as well as what for African villages? So there is your question. Feel free to take a second, look through the answers, or through the reading and find what you think is the answer, and write it down. Okay. Question 2. Early African farmers grew rice and what other grain? So same thing, go through real quick, look, see if you can find the answer. If you know already, write it down. Okay. Question 3. Blank worship stemmed from the idea that all the Africans came from the same ancestor. So what kind of worship? So worship stemmed from the idea that all Africans came from the same ancestor. Question 4. What was a village's highly respected storyteller and oral historian called? So what was a village's highly respected storyteller and oral historian called? According to the reading, who would gather villages into regions and rule them? So according to the reading, who would gather villages into regions and rule them? Okay, question 6. What title was given to a person others believed had special powers to communicate with ancestors? So question 6, what title was given to a person others believed had special powers to communicate with ancestors? 7, merchants from which region introduced Islam to the African natives? So merchants from which region introduced Islam to the African natives? Question 8. What 2 resources greatly influenced the rise and fall of all 3 African kingdoms? So what 2 resources greatly influenced the rise and fall of all 3 African kingdoms? Question 9. According to the reading, Mansa Musa turned Mali into what type of religious center? According to the reading, Mansa Musa turned Mali into what type of religious center? And the last one, number 10. What was the name of the military leader that founded Songhai? What was the name of the military leader that founded Songhai? Okay, there is your answer key. So check and see how many of these you got right out of 10. If you're fairly close, go ahead and count it. Now, I'm going to go through and tell you what your destiny was. So if you come across a number that you got right out of 10, this would be the destiny that applies to you. So if you got one of these right, you farmed and discovered gold on a nearby hillside, gaining wealth and favor from your region's minor king. If you got 2 out of 10, you were a fierce native warrior that conquered 2 clan villages near your own in the Sahel Plains. 3, half a dozen regional kings paid for your diviner skills, making you a rich and powerful member among surrounding clans. Question 4, or answer 4. 4, you led the rebellion that created the Empire of Songhai, but died when Muslim converts overthrew your temporary leaders. That's unfortunate. I liked you. Number 5, Mansa Musa gave you a scholarship to a Mali school so you could study astronomy with Muslim teachers. 6, as a northern tribeman, you invaded Ghana with your massive cattle herd and destroyed farmland to conquer it. 7, you traveled from India on the Silk Road, a monk headed to Axum, and were killed by extremely hostile Muslim soldiers. 8, you were killed when your farm was overtaken by a northern tribesman in number 6. Ooh, that is quite unfortunate. Number 9, you were a Songhai canoe warrior under the leadership of Ali Bear and enjoyed a wealthy, long life. Congratulations. And the last one, your amazing memory and storytelling skills made you a famed griot in Central Africa. Good for you. So that is it for today. If you would like to share which one of these you got, there is a discussion board on Canvas. If you'd want to post just what everybody else got. If not, be sure you take the attendance quiz. And that is actually it for today. I will see you all back here tomorrow. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.